So I've been a content creator for quite some time, and I've seen so many of these takes that I want to take my opinion on this whole situation, which is about VTubing success. Now, I know that for being a good VTuber and in general a content creator, you have to basically learn some of these skills like self-promoting, editing, audio mixing, and Photoshop, etc. Now, all of this is well and good. But when my debut as a vampire VTuber, which is what you see me as now, I keep hearing comments and seeing them on Twitter, Twitch, TikTok that indies can do as much as corpos if you basically give in the effort and you will see the growth. Now, kind of true. I'll explain. But to me, that also sounds a little bit tone deaf on what us as indie VTubers have to deal with. Now, for like corpo VTubers, they can outsource their tasks to other people much easier than indie VTubers, and allowing yourself to basically focus to be as good of a entertainer as possible, much easier than an indie. That is true. More often than not, we'll have to pay out of our own pocket to either get a team working for us or, which is the more likely case, we force everything onto ourselves. Yes, everything. Now, I thought that, and I am, well, still learning a lot of video editing, mixing sounds and Photoshop, managing my own social media marketing, and all the other stuff to basically manage to get some reach into public. While yes, I have full control of everything I do, and it does sound great because you have full creative control over what you do, but since I've been doing this for such a long time, even before this VTuber model that you see now, and even then, barely seeing any good growth at all, it can be quite demoralizing. Now, this connects back to the issue of taking everything on by yourself, and it can be overwhelming. I am basically responsible to pump out my own streams, make my own shorts, edit my own videos, thumbnails, and also at the same time you have to keep up and try to capitalize with trends. That is a lot. In the long term, keeping up with all of that stuff is gonna lead to VTubers essentially burning out. Now, without a team, you have to do all of this alone. And on top of everything that I've listed, I also have to promote myself, optimize my work, streams, and everything else to keep them entertaining for the viewers, because that's what being a content creator is. And at the end of all that, you have very little energy, because keeping up with all of that is draining. Now, this is the point where majority of VTubers that I have seen myself enter the hiatus phase, because this is just all too much. You can't keep up with it. And even if you grit your teeth and tank through it, you will hit that wall eventually. And because you go on the hiatus, your content suffers, the consistency of it. And along with that, it's a whole like domino effect where, because of all of that, your desired growth that you had will also plummet. Even if you got some traction, that will be lost. Now, no matter how talented you think you are, or how motivated you are, taking on everything by yourself will heavily impact the content you can produce. This is, as a indie, such a big thing that a lot of people do not think about when they enter the scene, on how difficult it is to be one. All of these reasonings that I listed is why a lot of them quit VTubing, or just, well, content creation in general. It is far too much. Even if you say yourself that you're not doing this for the numbers, at the end of the day, you will be looking at those numbers at some point and will be like, oh, how do I improve upon this? How do I make my content more appealing, more entertaining? That's what being a content creator is at the end of the day. Now, this is just a little bit of a vent that went in like probably no direction, but I just wanted to speak my mind. Thank you for listening, and see ya.